That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? July is coming, and we've got a lot of big movies coming. I mean, just right off the top of my head, Jurassic, Superman, Fantastic Four, and a few other offerings coming out in July as well. It's going to be a big month. And I personally think all of them look like a lot of fun. I'm shocked that I'm actually even thinking this Jurassic World movie looks like it's going to be pretty good. But the big question a lot of people are having is, man, Superman versus Fantastic Four, should they be opening up this close to each other? They probably hate that they're going up against each other. Well, James Gunn, of course, the co-CEO, head of all things DC, and by the way, the director of Superman, was recently asked about, hey, you and Fantastic Four opening up against each other in July. What do you think? I don't know if they were fishing for animosity because everybody likes the spice. Everybody likes that. But James Gunn gave a response to that and his thoughts on the fact that these two big movies are opening up together. And I love his comments. This is what James Gunn had to say. Says they come out 2 weeks after us, talking about Fantastic Four. They come out 2 weeks after us. There's room for both of us. I love my friends at Marvel. You can find whatever discussion you'd want to find online. I'd focus on all the positivity around the films instead of getting sucked up in some online war. I love that. And, somebody asked me the other day on my open mics, said, hey, do you think like the whole Marvel fanboys versus DC fanboys war has cooled down? And honestly, the answer is yes. It totally has. Partially because that war's over. Marvel won. Marvel won that war, right? So there's but now we got a new one. Like we got a brand new DCU that I think has a lot of hope and a lot of promise. I cannot wait for Superman. It's my most anticipated film of the year. But even aside from that, I mean, I think it's true. I think the more and more guys like Kevin Feige came out and said, like literally came out and said, hey man, I'm cheering for DC. Like if the better movies DC puts out, that'll make the movie-going audience more and more excited for comic book movies. That helps us. And of course, he gave the old quote. He said, rising tide raises all ships, sort of thing. James Gunn and of course Kevin Feige are extremely tight. James Gunn said in an interview after he got hired, he said, the very first person I called was Kevin Feige. First guy I called to let him know. And he was so happy for me and blah, blah, blah. Now, I still don't believe, despite the fact that we're getting a Deadpool Batman comic book, I still don't believe that means at all we're going to get a DC and Marvel crossover movie. Not in the least. But I think James Gunn saying that kind of also highlights that this is kind of a new era. I think the old DC versus Marvel thing. Listen, we all want great movies. I'm a DC fan. I'm a Marvel fan. I just want good movies. And one of the other interesting things, Rob, that he points out here is when he says, they come out 2 weeks after us. 6-7 years ago, even. Opening another big movie just 2 weeks after another big movie would have been thought risky. Today, it seems like 1 week apart is enough. We're seeing more and more big movies open up. We just had Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible. And they both made big money. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Of course, the Barbenheimer thing. That doesn't mean you should release 2 superhero movies on the same weekend, but like 1 week apart is now okay. And 2 weeks apart, plenty of room for it now. And it's funny because even when I was still at Collider, I don't think I would have thought that. But today it seems like, 2 weeks separating, that's a huge buffer. Not a big deal at all. Anyway, guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's video, Ridge. Okay, let's talk about this. This is easily one of my favorite upgrades I've made all year. This right here is the Ridge wallet, and it is such an upgrade over my old bulky leather wallet. You know the one, it looked like a sandwich and it felt like you were sitting on a brick. Ridge is a sleek, modern wallet that holds up to 12 cards plus cash, and look at this slim design. It's made from premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber. Mine is absolutely beautiful and I get compliments on it all the time. And here's a part of it that really gives me peace of mind. It's got RFID blocking technology. That means your info stays safe from digital pickpockets. Plus, every Ridge wallet comes with a lifetime warranty. This is literally the last wallet you'll ever need. And right now, just in time for Father's Day, Ridge is having a huge sale. Get up to 40% off your order at ridge.com/Campea. Just head to ridge.com/Campea showdown.com/Campea to find the perfect gift for dad or yourself. When you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Give dad the upgrade he deserves this year. Rob, you saw James's comments here. What stood out to you, and what are the things that pop into your head?
Well, again, like you said, 2 weeks apart in this day and age doesn't mean much. I mean, everyone thinks, it's superhero movies to me are like cop movies or lawyer TV shows. I mean, how many shows about doctors and lawyers and cops are on TV? One follows another sometimes. I don't think that matters as much as the quality of the product. If both movies are great, and Fantastic Four and Superman, when kids are out of school and families can go to the movies, and they deliver, like you always say, experiential events. If you walk out of those theaters with a big smile on your face, everyone's going to be happy. I mean, and the way we know movies come out every week, people who are interested in movies like, oh, I wonder what comes out this week. They look, they see. There's huge awareness for both of these movies. And let's be real. Everybody that's watching this show right now is rolling out for each one of those movies in the first day or two that they're open. This audience, our audience that's watching us right now, wants to see both of these movies.
Yeah.
And they're going to go. And if the movies are good, they'll probably go multiple times. So I don't think that there's any, like you said, a high tide raises all ships. If people are having fun at the movies, they're going to go back to the movies. And we've been in a pretty good... Ever since, the early box office slump of 2025, once we kind of hit Minecraft, Minecraft and Sinners, give it to Warner Brothers, give it to Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca, because the triple shot of Minecraft, Sinners, and Final Destination, I mean, the amount of money Final Destination is making is extraordinary.
Yeah, I mean, that movie, nobody saw this coming. If you had asked me 6 months ago, before CinemaCon, do you think Final Destination can make over $200 million? I would say you're crazy. I would have said you're crazy, but it's already made over.
Producer Steve Perry knew, though.
Yeah, yes, he did. And that's the point. You're kind of alluding to this. If you were to ask Matt Shackman or Kevin Feige right now, what is the one thing they're hoping for most leading up to the release of their Fantastic Four movie? They are begging the movie gods for Superman to be awesome.
Yeah.
Because if Superman is awesome, and all those people who do go to see it, however many go, and they come out of a superhero, a big tentpole superhero film, and go, that was a lot of fun. You know what they're going to do in 2 weeks? They're going to go see Fantastic Four if they had a great time at that. So that's what they're hoping for more than anything.
And that's what, it's very funny because that's what washes away. If a movie's good, all the online punditry and all the naysayers get swept away. I mean, people could start the buzz on Final Destination when people started to see it. I don't think there was any vitriol. People like the Final Destination franchise. But once it was known just how good it is, look at what it did to the box office.
Yeah.
People go.
Yep.
And when they hear things in the ether that, oh, this movie's a lot of fun, and look at the Rotten Tomato score and blah, 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 it's much easier for people to just make, and also snap decisions. What are you doing today? I don't know. You want to go see Superman? Sure. I heard it was good. Then they go. And then they tell their friends, like, oh, my God, it was so much better than I thought it was going to be. And I felt that way about it. I knew it was going to be good at CinemaCon. We saw that clip.
Oh, my God. That was impressive.
But the whole movie was impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, for what it is.
Yes.
For what it is.
For what it is, it's a blast.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that people, I've always talked about. I call it movies at scale. You have to judge, like, you can't expect Final Destination to be Gandhi.
Right.
It's within what a Final Destination could be. It blew the roof off the house. But that's a certain kind of a roof.
It's like we always say, right? Like movies, again, are experiential events. They're aiming to deliver a different kind of experience than Gandhi does. Like when you go into a restaurant to get a great meal, they are aiming to give you a different experience than a roller coaster is aiming to give you, right? Yeah. So you evaluate based on the experience they're delivering. And like a movie like that, delivered experience. The movies like Superman and Fantastic Four are looking to deliver another certain type of experience. And hopefully for both of them, it'll raise the temperature in the room. So here's hoping. Guys, question is for you. What do you think of James Gunn's comments? I mean, both between hey guys, look, they're opening 2 weeks after us. Not long ago, that wouldn't have seemed like a lot of time, but today it does seem like a lot of time. And he's like cheering for them, talking about they want like all the positivity surrounding Fantastic Four. Whatever you guys think stands out most about his comments, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.